Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey, and with me today is Pastor Andy Hawkins. Andy, good to be with you.
Thank you, David. Always great to be with you.
And what's happening on the weekend? That's why we're here.
Oh, that's why we're here. Well, Sunday we're back in the Gospel of John, and we'll be studying the one of the most I think well-known chapters of the Gospel of John, chapter 3, and Jesus' conversation with Nicodemus. We were introduced to it a bit last week, but here we get into the nitty-gritty of it, because Jesus tells Nicodemus that you must be born again. So the title of the message is The Compelling Necessity.
Good.
And it's kind of funny because, you know, I hear people talk about people who are born-again Christians. You know, somebody once said that's a form of theological stuttering because there is no other kind. Jesus said you must be born again. So how can you be a Christian without being born again? Jesus himself says that. Well, people need to tune in or come and find out why this is such a compelling necessity. So that's the morning. That's the morning service, and we're looking forward to that.
That's important because born again has been kicked around by the media.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And they don't have a clue really what they're talking about sometimes.
Most of the time, it's just a term that helps them categorize people of various religious perspectives. But of course, biblically, it means something very different.
Now, what about the evening?
Well, the evening, we're going to actually go back to that series that we were working on last fall in Ezekiel. Which the series is entitled Living as Exiles, because of course Ezekiel was an exilic prophet. He was a prophet to the people who were Israelites who had been deported to Babylon. And so they were people in exile, learning how to live in exile, learning the promises of God for people who are in exile, and we're making connections to it because in a sense, if you're a genuine Bible-believing Christian, we're sort of need to recognize that our citizenship really isn't here. Our citizenship is in heaven, and we are exiles on this planet and kind of sojourners, wanderers in this place. So we need to learn to live that way. So Ezekiel has a lot of important things to teach us. And so we'll be in chapters 18 and 19.
Good.
And the title of that message is False Assumptions.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, citizenship is in the news these days, for one reason or another.
That's exactly right.
So this is very contemporary, really.
It is very contemporary, and certainly I think if we learned anything during this past election cycle, we need to remember that Christians are not Christians tied to a particular political party in this world. You know, we are citizens of heaven. We need to understand how to live that way. Without being tied up in knots with respect to the political system. We're engaged,
yes.
But we need to be wise about how we do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, in addition to that, in between those two, the morning and evening service, of course, we have a membership class at 4:30 this Sunday, and that's an opportunity for people to get acquainted with the Village Church and start a process that would lead to official membership. It's a very educational time. There's no obligations to it. It begins at 4:30 in the hospitality room.
Good.
So people that haven't gotten officially connected with us or would like to learn more about the Village Church, that's the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Yep.
We hope you'll come out and join us. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you for tuning in once again to Village Church Connections.